The first season of Chief of War is now over, and the finale left a lot of unanswered questions. Expectations were met by Jason Momoa's historical passion project, which included period-perfect costumes, breathtaking scenery, and all the epic combat one could want in a series called Chief of War. As the warrior Ka'iana, Momoa is the main character in Chief of War. In the first 9 episodes of the show, Ka'iana battled his allegiance to several rulers until returning from his absence to support King Kamehameha, Kamehameha, in his battle against Keoua, Cliff Curtis, for control of the island of Hawaii. The King Kahekili, Tamura Morrison, of the island of Maui supports Keoua's forces. A struggle between Kamehameha and Ka'iana is explored in a large portion of the last episodes of Chief of War, whereby they debate whether or not to use guns in the conflict with Keoua. In the penultimate episode, the volcano Kilauea on Hawaii is also seen rumbling, which causes other districts to vote with Keoua because they think the gods are on his side. The Chief of War's last battle and its resolution. In the Chief of War, Kamehameha. The resulting conflict is brutal, bloody, and takes place under the volcano's shadow. Kamehameha's soldiers show their concealed rifles as Ka'iana taunts Keoua's forces, driving them to attack with spears. Kamehameha's men start the combat with a major advantage as Keoua's men are shot down. When Ka'iana finally confronts Keoua, he is murdered by nature, which defies his earlier assumption that the eruption validated his authority to rule. Kamehameha was able to start his conquest of the other Hawaiian islands after Keoua's death solidified his control over Hawaii. Each death of a main character in the finale of Chief of War. Chief of War Temuera Morrison, 6-3. Keoua, as previously said, Keoua lost his life in the battle. In the fight, Ka'iana pursued Keoua in an attempt to exact revenge on his brother Nahi, who had been slain in the previous episode. The death of Keoua, the primary adversary of Season 1, is not particularly startling. Ōpūnui, after Nahi's death, Ōpūnui, the Maui envoy sent to command Kahekili's army in the conflict with Kamehameha, showed himself to be a violent and fearsome individual. He pursues Heke in the last battle. Kamehameha shoots him after he almost kills her. Then, in order to exact revenge on her lover, Heke kills him. How Season 2 of Chief of War is set up by the end. Temuera Morrison's portrayal of King Kahekili in Chief of War, gazing thoughtfully. Kahekili has been the main enemy of Chief of War since the start, and it was because of him that Ka'iana was so adamant about going back to the Hawaiian Islands. The Maui monarch had deceived Ka'iana into committing war crimes under the pretext of a self-proclaimed prophetic fulfillment, and Ka'iana believed that he had unresolved business with him. Although some of his men were dispatched in his place, Kahekili's absence from the season's last fight is all the more shocking in light of this. But in the stunning and obscene last scene of the show, after Keoua fails, we witness Kahekili receiving the news of the battle's outcome and pledge that he would use his strong navy to capture Hawaii himself. Although the second season of Chief of War has not yet been renewed, the show's finale implies that there will likely be more bloodshed in the future. Keoua's threat was the basis for Ka'iana and Kamehameha's tentative partnership, but Kahekili's presence or the British sailors' return may confuse matters further. The spiritual themes of the Chief of War described. Reflecting on the conflict, Ka'iana locates one of Keoua's priests and uses a spear to skewer him. This relates to a recurring subject in Chief of War, when Ka'iana sought counsel from the gods regarding whom to follow and felt that fighting against Keoua would be against the gods' intent. The gods are enraged, but not by the result of Keoua and Kamehameha's war, as we have witnessed throughout the series from the anguished glimpses of the seer, Tala. The incorporation of foreign tools and the upcoming arrival of further colonists are what the gods find unsettling. Keoua has lost to Ka'iana, yet he has broken with custom. It's almost like a Faustian contract when guns are used. The threat is imminent regardless of who brings the Hawaiian Islands together. Although Kamehameha and Ka'iana have used these weapons to beat their adversaries, they will ultimately result in Hawaii's demise as an independent state and the ultimate agony of its long-standing civilization. How true to actual events is Chief of War Season 1? Lucien Buchanan's Kamehameha and Ka'iana's Kamehameha sit in chief of war and gaze at one another. Simply said, not very. Although the timeline is rearranged for narrative convenience, Chief of War mostly uses actual historical figures. The Battle of Mokahi in 1782 was the closest known conflict to the one depicted in the conclusion. But Keoua didn't continue to die before 1791. Although it wasn't during a fight, Kilauea did in fact decimate his army in 1790. Since Kuala inherited the island following Kalaniʻipu's death and was forced to contend with Kamehameha over the war god, Keoua is actually essentially an amalgam figure in Chief of War. Although there are some places where the history is shortened and rearranged, the narrative thread is often quite constant.